All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have some news. I have finally finished Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It took me like a whole month to finish this game because it's so big and it's so expansive and it keeps going, man. But I finally did it. I finished the game and man, I just had to make a video about my thoughts, bro, my ending, my post-game thoughts. Even though I'm not completely 100% done with the game yet, I just had to talk about this, bro. So I will go into spoiler territory. I'll let y'all know when that happens, but not right now. I just want to give my impressions, my initial thoughts. I love the remake. Final Fantasy VII Remake, I think, is one of my favorite games that have come out in the past. Honestly, I'll be real, my whole life, bro. One of my favorite games. Maybe not like top 10, but it's up there, bro. Like top 20, top 15 something, bro. Having played the original and just seeing everything in HD, the remake was just... it was just so good. There were some things that people did not like about it. For example, some slower sections, some of the changes that were done in the story. But I can for surely say that in Rebirth, oh my goodness, it's just a remake, but better. It's more expansive, more things to do. It's just so much more. There's literally so much more. It's almost, I'm gonna say it's almost an open world game. It's not quite there yet. It's not interconnected like something like Breath of the Wild or The Witcher, Skyrim. It's not interconnected. It's more like a lot of open areas that you can travel to different places that have these towers and explorable areas that, you know, little caves and unique monsters, side quests, stuff like that. And I love that. That is something that I wanted in Remake. But Remake, you know, just took place in Midgar, and I think that's what people wanted from this whole remake, FF7 remake thing that Square Enix is doing. People assumed that the game was going to start off in Midgar just like the original, and then after that it was going to open up into this world. And that's what Rebirth is. It's finally opening up to these different continents, Cosmo Canyon, Gongaga. It's just so much in this game. And that's why I think people were upset about Remake, because they made Midgar so long that they just made it into its own game because there was no way that this was going to come out soon. So I'm kind of glad that they're splitting it up, because if we had to wait until like 2030 to get the whole game, like, come on, dog. They were not going to do that. Charging $60 for a game that massive, that was just not gonna happen. And it's funny too, because now that I played Rebirth, like, I feel like Remake was just, honestly, it was a tech demo, bro. Like, Remake was really good. It looked amazing. The combat was really nice and fluid. But as big as that game was already, Rebirth is just so unbelievably bigger. That is like the biggest thing in this game. It's open. It's so much more open. I was just waiting for a part in Remake where it would open up and you could just go into a random cave and find secrets and find a hidden boss, but there was nothing like that. But this game, Rebirth, has that. It has the finally, you can just go explore, do whatever you want, find secrets, do the towers, world intel, side quests, and the side quests are so much better in this game. They're actually interesting. They involve other characters from the previous game or new characters from other Final Fantasy games. Dude, it's actually crazy, bro. That would be like the biggest difference and biggest reason why you would want to experience this game. The second thing would be just everything on top. See, that's the thing. Remake introduced a lot of new mechanics. This game has all that stuff, but it just keeps adding on. There's so many new moves that you could do, not to mention the new party members as well that you can play as. But man, the combat, bro, oh my goodness, bro. I thought the combat in Remake was really good, but dude, oh my goodness, Rebirth just blows it out of the park, bro. There's so many new abilities you could do. You could chain together. Like, I knew that you were able to chain things together in Remake, but because there's so much more moves in this game and there's so much party members, and even having like the synergy abilities, like being able to chain that into things and use that like before a limit and using limit and then charging up your ATVs, dude, it's like, I don't even know, bro. It's just so much going on whenever you go into a battle now. In Remake, there was a lot of things going on constantly, but because there's so much more here, it's just non-stop. You can be constantly switching your party members up, doing synergies, chaining together ATB abilities. Like, I don't know, there's just so many different things that you can do, and I love that, bro. I love it. But there are some caveats. There were some things that I kind of did not like about this game, but they're really small issues that I have with it, and I'm gonna explain to them right now. The very first one, I thought that we were done with these tunnel sections, bro. We on the PS5, bro. Why are we going through little tiny tunnels in order to load the next area, bro? That's some PS4 technology. Like, come on, bro. When you go into the very first area in this game, you have to go through like a long, tiny little tunnel section in order to load what I'm assuming is like load the open area, which is like the grasslands. What is that, bro? Like, come on, they couldn't just make it seamless. I would have preferred an actual loading screen onto a different continent and just be in the grasslands, bro. What was this, bro? Just super slow walk. That doesn't happen too often, though. That must have happened just a few times in the game, I think. But it was just like a thought, like, come on. The second thing would probably have to be just a traversal. Traversing in the open world can be kind of awkward. Sometimes it's hard to tell if you're able to go up on top of a certain cliff or an area, or if you're able to climb down a certain area. Sometimes you don't think that you're able to, but then Cloud does this huge jump. You're like, what the hell? Like, what the heck? It could be a little weird the way that the world is laid out, especially when you're on a chocobo. For whatever reason, controlling a chocobo, in my opinion, complete garbage. I just don't like it at all. Unless you're in an open area, it's really, really good. But whenever you're like in a small corridor, for example, in Gongaga, there are a lot of sections because there's a jungle. There's a lot of trees and cliffs. Bro, don't even try to use the chocobos in that region, bro. It's just terrible, just making a U-turn and just crashing into a wall or something. I just don't really enjoy it. The chocobo abilities are pretty cool though. And I think the very last thing I didn't really like about this game is kind of something I had with Remake. There were some parts of the story that just felt like it was filler, bro. Like, come on. Like, it felt like they were really dragging it out just for playtime. And I'm gonna get to the story soon. When I talk about it, I'm gonna talk about the ending because that is freaking weird and I have to talk about it. So this is your final warning. I am gonna talk about the story. So if you don't want to get spoiled, leave. But subscribe though first before you dip. I appreciate it. All right, now let's get into the story, bro. What was that ending, bro? All right, well, okay, hold on. Before we get into the ending, let's talk about the actual story before the events that lead up to the ending. I mean, it's just the original Final Fantasy story, which is funny because I would argue that Rebirth was following the original story more than Remake, because Remake had a bunch of differences from the original game, but Rebirth, it was kind of one-to-one, and like it had certain sections where it would like cut back to like Zack and stuff because of the other universe, but other than that, it was pretty one-to-one, like the main events and stuff like that. There were so many cool segments in the story, man, like even just like the cutscenes and the cinematography of just seeing everything like done like in such a Hollywood way, like because it's so weird, bro, because like you see these characters fighting like in the original game and they're blocks, you know, but in this game everything is just, it's shot in like a movie, bro, and it's so cinematic. Like the way that like the battle will transition into gameplay and come back into a cutscene, even when the music, oh my god, don't even get me started on the music just yet, but it would transition into the world theme, into the battle theme. There's so much like music in this game that it's just, I love it when games do that, bro. Like there's so many cool tracks, bro, like the new world theme. The new Genova theme goes crazy, and the new battle theme too, when you fight the serpent, and then that shit transitioned with the drums, bro, at the end for the final phase, bro. Like, dude, it is so sick. Even thinking about it right now, I just kind of want to replay the game just to hear that song again. But anyways, back to the story. The story was done really well. Yuffie, really well written character. I didn't play Intergrade, but I did watch like the cutscenes for Intergrade, and I thought Yuffie was cool, but I actually really loved Yuffie in this game as well. She's so fucking annoying. but that's what makes her hella cool, bro. Like Cloud is just like, shut up, bro. Like every single time, bro. K-Sith, I actually really enjoyed K-Sith. I didn't really like K-Sith in the original game, but K-Sith in this game, like hearing his voice and just the way that he acts and how like his character is a gimmick. Even in his combat, there's just so many gimmicks, just like the original game. It's all RNG, like random, like the limits are cool, dude. Like it's just so cool. And then we got Sid. Sid, in my opinion, could have been written better, because Sid in the original game, bro, he's supposed to be a straight up asshole to you, bro. Like for real. But I feel like they made him a little bit too nice in this game. I mean, it's not really a huge deal. There was a certain section where Sid and Barrett were kind of going back and forth at it, and like they were arguing. That's what I like to see, bro. That's in my opinion, that's who Sid is. But they wrote him a little differently in this game, and that's okay. And then we got Vincent Valentine, bro. We got the homie Vincent Valentine. I think his character was absolutely nailed to perfection, bro. I like, obviously the original game did not have any voice acting, but I just, in my head, that was always his voice, just like the super dark, just like the leave me alone, like it's just him, bro. It's sad that Sid and Vincent, you didn't really get to control them. They're not actually party members in this game, probably in the next game. But it was just really cool just to see them like finally appear, you know, because they were not in a remake. The remake's not a complete game, but everything's finally coming together. Like there was a scene where everybody was in the tiny Bronco, and that was just fine. It was just like, oh my god, like everybody's in the original party of 7 is finally in one area. That was really, really cool. Oh yeah, and then there's Red 13. Red 13's cool too. I mean, he's cool. Some of my favorite sections of the game was the beginning, well, not the beginning where you play as Zack, but the beginning where you finally get to play during the present day, and you walk out of the hotel with Tifa and you see Calm at night for the very first time. That's when I realized, bro, this game is real, bro. Seeing Calm and like all in HD at nighttime, and just like, it was just so sick, dude. That's gonna be like a core memory now for me, bro. Seeing Cosmo Canyon was amazing. I love Cosmo Canyon. Cosmo Canyon, the original game, was like cool or whatnot, but in this game it's massive, bro. You can actually like climb up all the way to the top of the tower, and then you can look down and see like the whole world, and you're like, what the hell? Like, this is like, not like, there's no loading screen, what the hell? Like, it's just sick, bro. And then Costa del Sol, dude, I mean, come on, bro, look at this shit. How do you not like this? 10 out of 10, dog. But you want to know what else was amazing? Is the freaking gold saucer, bro. The gold saucer, oh my goodness. Seeing the haunted like hotel, like there, like just there in HD, all remade, like it's so sick. That's the coolest part. If you play the original game, seeing all of these new areas just remade from the ground up, it's just so cool, man. Like, this is just what a remake should be, bro. God, like, I don't even know, there's just so much to get into. I feel like this video could be an hour long, but it's just so much stuff. It's so good. But then it all falls flat. Now here's the thing, all right? Here's the thing about the ending. So the ending of this game does end with the big rest in peace moment, right? That is where they decided to end Rebirth, and honestly, they had to kill Aerith, right? There was no way that they were not gonna kill Aerith, because there are some story differences in this remake, Final FF7 remake series, right? There's going to be some differences, and I like the differences, but I feel like for like the big story events like that, those things need to stay the same, right? So Aerith had to die, and she did, but she didn't. But she did, but she didn't. So that was I think that was my biggest story issue with the game, is that like I feel like they didn't really know how to handle Aerith's death. It felt like I didn't know how I felt about it, because up until that point, when I got to that section, when it was the time, when it was about to happen, like my heart was beating. It was. I wanted to see it happen, and I wanted to see how they were going to do it. And once I finished the game and I saw the credits, I didn't know whether or not I should feel sad. Like, it was just so confusing. My main takeaway was this: Aerith did die in this universe, in Rebirth, right? But Rebirth has sections where it always cuts back to the other universe where Zack is alive, and Zack is with Aerith and Cloud, and they're like passed out, but like they're like slowly coming back to life, not really. So Aerith is alive somewhere, and Cloud can see Aerith alive. There's a part in the ending where like everybody's sad because Aerith is dead, but Cloud is just chilling. Cloud is just chilling because he sees Aerith. Nobody else could see her except for him, and that's like some Kingdom Hearts shit. And I'm like, bro, what is this, like different timeline? Like what are they doing? This is it's some Nomura shit. I'll be real, Nomura, what are you doing? Just make the remake how it is, dog. But that was just like the story stuff, like the gameplay events, like fighting with Zack towards the end. That was pretty sick. I don't really mind the different like universes, like, or the universes coming together and whatnot. That stuff is pretty cool. But I just thought that Aerith should just stay dead, bro. Because I mean, I don't know how they're gonna do it in the next game. I don't even know if she's gonna be a party member, really. There's a lot of small little things that are gonna be different in this game. Like Cloud is like going evil, bro. He put the black materia inside of his Buster Sword. Like, that shit didn't happen in the fucking original game. Same thing with this dude Glenn showing up. I didn't play no Ever Crisis. I'm gonna play that actually pretty soon. I just bought it, but Glenn just is a character that keeps showing up. So they are setting something up for the future, and I do think that the next game is going to be called Final Fantasy VII Reunion. The only reason why is because that's a word that they kept playing around with in this game, and Sephiroth is always saying, oh, reunion time, you know. And even Cloud started saying it, and I just feel like it has to happen, bro. The entire story leading up to this point is about all of these worlds coming together, right? It is literally a reunion of like everything. So I do think that the next game will be called Reunion. And honestly, I'm just excited for the next game, bro. Regardless of what I thought of the ending, I thought the same feeling for the ending for the remake, and then I played this game and it was amazing. I just know that the third game is going to be really good. I'm so excited. And I guess the next big game for me to wait for is GTA 6, bro. Like, come on, you know? Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you played the original Final Fantasy, or if you played Remake and you kind of liked it, I think you should highly recommend playing this game, bro. This is definitely one of my favorites, and it's going to stay one of my favorites for a long time until the next game, and then that game is going to become my favorite, and then I'm going to like the whole trilogy, bro. I wish I could play it again for the first time already. I want to do another playthrough. I'm probably not even gonna 100% this game because it's so freaking massive. But anyways, go ahead. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel because I'm broke and I need that money, bro. I'm gonna be real.